Hey everybody, how y'all doing? William Davis, owner of a.p.c. Photography and WDCD Media, doing a quick little live stream. Well, it's not actually going to be quick. This one's going to be the DaVinci Resolve Cut Page. I have 3 cameras. I'm editing and just getting a job done. I figured I'd just stream it. I talked to a few about using the Cut Page over the Edit page, the benefits of it, and I'm going to show it today. Uh, let's have a little fun with it. Let me select the window. Do DaVinci Resolve. Shit. So I got DaVinci Resolve up here, and what you're going to see is 3 cameras. I've already synced them. I'm going to be doing a bunch of reviews. I'm pretty much going to stay on this page for 85–90% of what I'm doing. If you have questions, I'll be checking the chat every 2 to 5 minutes as I'm editing, and that's basically how it's going to go. I'm going to throw some headphones on and get to work. This should be fun. This should be pretty cool, and let's go. So what I'm doing right now is I'm basically trying to get the rhythm of how they're speaking, talking to each other, and just get it all clean. So the reason why I stopped here is because I didn't like that start point. So essentially I'm going to cut just a little bit more. I'm going to start here instead. Cut that. Whenever you're doing this, you want to right click or use a regular cut, not a ripple cut, because it'll keep everything where it's lined up. All right. Said yeah right there. Let's see if I can get the integration of those 2 shots together. Cut right there. So we'll do here. Sound like that was a kind of, since I was the one that shot it, I know that was kind of a cool part of the conversation. I just want that to be part of it. I want people to see. So let me. So cut right there. So right there, I love the fact that I got enough volume in there that I can hear our producer saying, "Hey, I'd like to cut right there and go into something else." So how do we fix this portion? Especially considering that we got 3 angles. I love this. And so what I'm going to do right here is I'm basically going to unlock this footage on the bottom. I'm going to put a cut here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to put a cut all the way through all this footage, and that's what that's called. So this is a split cut. and then I will select all of this footage right here. I generally right click and bring up the cut. No, I do not use shortcuts. It's just a habit. I've never really been into using them. All right, so what we're going to do right here is we're going to relock that bottom footage so that it can't be cut. And then I'm just going to cut out, hit cut here, and then I'm just going to bring in Isaiah Jr. by himself, which is going to be this track right here. Cut this, and then it'll make sense. So when you're looking at this long track, this is how I set down an easy cut. Now, the reason why we've got natural pauses in between is so you can see the audio track right here. I'm able to watch the audio waves and see where they're going to be at in their conversation. So when I'm doing cuts and splits and transition points, it's very smooth and it's like a dialogue without actually having to watch the whole video. I'm just kind of doing my little piece in it. And with cut, it's super nice being able to do that because you can see and smoothly run through all the different sections and all the different pieces without having to be in that big edit screen with 10 or 15 different pieces up on the edit. And I personally like editing through cut. Now, this is also something we used to do back in the 90s, early 2000s, was we had 4-track VHSs is what I started with. And then it's just, you're running with 3 or 4 and you have to make these choices and throw a lot of tape on the floor, which, when you get used to it, it's pretty easy. But if you're not used to it, it's kind of like, what are we doing? And essentially, with these 3 up, I'm able to do anything I need to do. One question will probably come out: what am I going to do if I didn't like the composure of a shot? Do I do these things here? Uh, that's pretty easy to fix, and it's a really simple process. And if I had to come through again and someone said, "Well, I just don't like that the way he's sitting in that shot," or whatever it is, I could easily make a change on that shot. He's a taller gentleman. I still wanted to be able to get a good framing on him, so I went with that. And his father is a shorter gentleman. And that's the reason with the framing the way I went there. Um, Having the ability to just kind of scroll back through, and I really like. And these are all producer approved shots, just so you know. And that's one of the things I love about doing this is having producer approved shots. And so this one is pretty easy edit, 3 camera. And then what we're going to do on some of this stuff is I may change the composure of a shot. And it's not a big deal. So say for example, if if our producer who gets to see this says they would love to have this shot changed a little bit, the composure to be almost exactly the same as his father's, I would basically look at the arm pieces, which those are 3/4 up, and then I would keep a similar shot, but go to Once again, I have not left cut, and I'm able to recompose this shot like such. And if that's what, if it comes down to it and the producer goes, I would like the shot to be a little bit more similar to the shot of the fathers, I could do this. And then we've got a much more similar shot to the father shot. And then to redo this across all of them is actually really easy. So all I would do in this case would be go to inspector. Actually, no, I would need to go to inspector. I would just take this, edit, copy, come over here. Let's go back to this shot here. We'll get another one of his shots up. So I got this one here. Paste. Edit. Undo. If I know what the number is, I just type the number in. So take this number right here, hit copy, and just slowly go over each one of these. And since the shot never changed, we're pretty much going to have that same shot, which is probably what I'll end up doing with each one of these. I just don't like the consistency of the previous shot. So I like that. Huh. I'm going to have to make a change on that shot. Oh. I forgot to add that in there. So there's a little bit of other stuff I have to add in, but it's not that difficult to do. So these are just small changes. Go back to this shot here. I really do like this one better. And then that's just how easy it is to fix it. Might be able to do an inspector easier. Let me see if I can pop an inspector, make that actually an easier shot. Honestly, it's the same amount of, this is actually easier. I don't have to go into inspector. So if I come back over here, all right, that looks way better. I like that composed shot. But see, that's the advantage of also doing this in 4K because the delivery is 1080p because it's going on website, so it's a really easy fix. do a cut here. And we're going to take both of these out. So we're going to cut here, take this out. And so we got editor notes coming in again. Now the audio being as high as it is, don't worry about that. That's an easy fix. I'll show you what I'm going to do there because one's soft voice and one's harsh voice. And I'll get to that in a second. So what we're going to do here is unlock this. We're going to cut here. We're going to cut here. Once again, we're going to take out some tracks. No biggie. And then what we're going to do, so here's where things get weird. So I'm going to cut here. I'm going to go back halfway through. I'm going to find a pause and dialogue. Take this off, this off, this off, and we'll go. Let's see how that looks. It might help if I lock that page down too. And being able to see the dialogue, that makes a huge difference without looking at it, but being able to see it. Because it makes it a little more natural transition. All right, so that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing for the rest of this edit. So I will let y'all go. It's fun to be on stream for just a little while to show what I do. Have a good night.